Our topic tonight is creation myths. When it comes to weird stories of creation myths, there's all kinds of them out there. So there's a saying, I think it's Richard Dawkins, that says that they all can't be right, but they can all be wrong. So we're going to put the 7 minutes up on the clock, and we're going to have a little round table discussion over the different creation myths that are out there. Everybody's had a chance to look at some different ones. I looked at the ones from Egypt, and Joe was looking at... Which one are you looking at, Joe?
I just looked at generally.
Just the general one?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I kind of did a contrast between the Egyptian and the Hebrew one. You know, the one that everybody knows is the Christian religion, anyway. And Michael's going to give us a little Klingon.
Yeah, baby. I'm going to go nerdy on your ass.
There you go. So anyway, let's get the clock started, and I'll tell you what, Steve, since you've been going last, we'll get your what do you think about these creation myths?
Well, my favorite creation myth is actually the native Hawaiian one. It's not one that gets a lot of attention, but it's such a warped and yet really cool story. It's and what's cool about it, and what's cool about looking at creation myths as myths instead of pretending that they're true, is that you can take all kinds of insights from them. Like the Hawaiian creation myth has the taro plant was actually created by the gods as a brother to mankind, and died and was buried in the ground, and then from its buried corpse the first taro plant grew, and it tells you, how important that crop is to the native Hawaiians, and it tells you something about their culture, and you're sort of liberated to learn those things when you don't have to convince yourself that it's all true.
All right.
And when you talk about the book of Genesis and the Christian and the Jewish creation myth that we're supposed to think is literally true here in Western culture,
all right,
you lose all those insights. You lose what that could tell you about the people that invented it.
Yeah,
and that kind of sucks.
Yeah,
that we have to look at it as just a completely flat, literal thing, and we're not allowed to derive any cultural insights from it. Because when you look at it that way, that Hawaiian creation myth is just beautiful.
Really, I'll have to look that up.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. I never even considered the Hawaiian one. I mean, there's so many out there now. I mean,
there are thousands of them.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're all different. I mean, some of them they borrow the stories from each other. So they rip off a little bit. So I like this part. Let's leave that one in. Let's take this part out. And there's a whole litany of things in there that are all over the place. Joe, did you have anything you wanted to add on this?
I think that's really cool. I never heard the Hawaiian creation myth before. But yeah, I did a little bit of reading on creation myths in general. Creation myths are one of the most common forms of myth. They often tell the fictional story of a god, person, or animal creating the universe, the world, and life. And many creation myths, I noticed, seem to describe order being created from chaos. That seems to be kind of like, largely Eastern thing, but it is a theme that continues through them all. Humans are often made from dust, dirt, or clay, probably because mud and clay can be molded easily, and or because it's the color of our skin.
Right.
These stories.
I was going to say, you're saying they're out of mud or clay or whatever. The Egyptian one, the humans came out of tears. So that's a there's a little variation there. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
These stories are often considered sacred and part of religion, and the stories are fun to learn. I like to see the similarities and differences in them. The creation myths most people are familiar with, of course, is the Hebrew story of the Garden of Eden, which was probably penned during the Hebrew exile in Babylon. And these stories are just stories. They're based on a primitive understanding and a limited view of the world. And while many religions offer up creation stories, so does science.
Yes.
And the science creation story is one that's based on evidence.
Yes.
So
evidence, evidence is just, wow, it takes all the fun out of it.
Well, evidence is something that the faithful often struggle with. So
yes. That's very true. That is very, very true. Michael, did you have anything else you wanted to add into this?
Well, according to the Klingon...
nice.
I'm going to get my betleth out. You better tell it quick here, man.
Well, basically, according to the Klingon one, we're all made for war, and we're basically here to destroy each other. So get
All right.
ready, guys, because the Batlith is coming to chop your heads off. And I've just got, and that's all you can really say about that one, because that's basically what it is. And the last thing I'm going to say to you guys is, I'm going to chop your head off, so be worried.
Oh, I was going to say, you sound like you're hungry.
I'm so impressed that you know Klingon. That's great.
Yeah, I tried learning that myself. It's like they're just. I actually have the Star Trek to Klingon translation book from the movie, actually. So somewhere floating around my house.
They make apps for it, but the apps are often like you have to pay for the good ones, and the free ones only tell you a few expressions.
Yeah. So
Well, put it this way. I'm going to say all your names very quickly.
which means what?
Which means Packard, Joe Unseen, and Stephen.
Oh, well, great.
That's great. That's awesome. Thank you.
My name in Klingon. I love it. Did anybody else have anything else they want to add in here? Oh, you know, I could add in the stuff there. I was talking about the Egyptian one. Like I said, they borrow a lot of these stories from each other, and the story of the how everything came out from in the Egyptian one was they have. Out of chaos, you mentioned, Joe, and they separated the earth from the sea and the sky and everything, but they're not allowed to. They were like lovers at one time, but they're not allowed to touch anymore. That's where we got their atmosphere, and it just so much strange stuff that comes out of these stories. But the creation story from the Bible and Egyptian, there are a lot of similarities between the two. Like on day one, the creation of light. The beginning of was the water, the chaos, the bubbling, the churning, the water. Egyptians called Nu or Nun, and it says everything that began, and the sun god Ra emerged out of the primeval chaos, just like you said there. Basically, it's out of chaos. Anything else? Anyone else had to add on this?
I'm not surprised that the Egyptian and Hebrew stories are similar or have similarities because those cultures did kind of buffer each other. They knew of each other. So
yes. Yeah, the fact is that these are also desert religions also, so that's as a big part of it right there. Michael, do you have anything else you want to add in the last minute for the last 20 seconds, like call us an asshole in Klingon or something? The last 20 minutes, last 20 seconds will go very fast. I don't think I'm going to fit it in. Nope, I missed out. Great. And that's our buzzer. That was great, Michael. Thank you very much.
Bravo, Michael.
Bravo.